All right, are you ready? Are you
Yes,
standing up,
sir.
Chris?
Yeah.
You look like you'd be the hype guy for like
Like a
maybe
rough
not a
and rowdy
rap.
event for an author.
No, that too, but you dress like you'd be like when like a rapper goes on a radio show or something, like the guy that shows up with him.
Yo, this is my man right here, Harry Mack, bro. Give it up.
Harry Mack's a good choice. All right, episode 7. You guys ready?
My
Yes,
number
sir.
one.
Hello and welcome back to the Gambling Racket, the sports gambling podcast aimed at giving you the angles and insights into successfully betting on professional tennis. My name is Ben, and once again, I'm joined by my co-hosts Vic and Chris for a quick Indian Wells 2025 episode. This is season 2, episode 7. I'm glad you guys are here to join us for some exciting gambling discussions. Boys, I've got two quick discussion topics I want to go through, and then we can jump right into the betting odds, the futures odds, and even round one if we have time for it. So, first of all, the big news at Indian Wells this year is that they've switched companies that provide the services for the courts. They've moved away from PlexiPave and are now using Lakehold, the same company that provides the surface for Miami and the U.S. Open. The speculation was that it was going to be a somewhat faster court, lower bounces than it has been in the past. Very small sample sizes as of the time of recording this episode, but it's not looking that way. I want to hear your reactions though before we actually talk about what people are observing to the switch.
Yeah, I'll go first. Uh, Fucking retarded. That's my reaction. Like, dude, there's no reason for every hardcore to be the exact same hardcore. Like I definitely like variety. I think it changed. I watched a little clip from Andy Roddick today, and I agree with his statement that like, oh, everyone they say that all players play the same now. It's because all the hard courts are the same now, right? Like, give more variety to the surface. It's not an injury concern thing because if they're concerned about player safety, they would, make the balls good again instead of shitty balls. So to me, I don't like it. I like that in Indian Wells is different, has the high bounce, and is kind of people are sliding around out there like half clayish. Playing on sand should be different. So not a fan of the change. Not a fan of the change. And I definitely don't like that. The U.S. Open has now made changes, and Indian Wells has now made changes, and I feel like both changes have been announced like without any, I feel like consultation to the players or just like not fans per se, but neither change has been met positively, this year. I think
And
U.S. tennis is fucking around a little too much in
I'm going to
2020.
piggyback on that. Not only have they not talked about it, who's complaining about it? Why are you trying to fix something that's not
Medvedev.
working? You
Medvedev
know,
was complaining.
Medvedev complains about everything, but yes,
Yeah,
and yet you
Medvedev
also
complains about
complain about
he
the
everything.
hates Indian
umpires, but
Wells.
they're still there.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, he complained about the fans; they still let them go there.
yeah.
I agree with you. I don't really care too much. I watched the qualies, and it looks slow, and it. I mean, it's kind of lame, honestly. They either need to speed it up or something. But I too am a fan of different tournaments being known for different things. Like, could you imagine not having the grass at Roland Garros and we'll just do AstroTurf this year? Like, it does seem
Well,
like a little weird that
I don't
they're
know if
trying
that
to
would
take
work the same.
right, but like they're taking away the uniqueness of each tournament. And I've only been following tennis, closely for 2 years now, and even I, know these little intricacies with the courts, and I know how fast the courts are going to be in Miami and things like that. And I thought it was a positive aspect of the tour. I don't know who was complaining that they were like, oh, we need to fix this.
yeah.
My reaction after reading through things, and this is a lot of speculation, but I didn't get the impression that they were like unhappy with the conditions that PlexiPave was providing. I more got the impression that I think Lakehold maybe just providing a better product, maybe a better service as well, and for cheaper. It feels like the tennis tour as a whole is
Think it
kind
was
of moving in
customer
that.
service related?
Possibly. I mean, they're going to have techs on site to service anything that goes wrong with the surface of the courts. I don't know. Maybe FlexiPay was just providing an overall bad product and they just were tired of it. To me, and I'm going to touch on this in a second as to what we've seen through the qualifiers, but I always got the impression that the conditions at Indian Wells were because fucking tournament's in the middle of a desert, and like sand does get blown by the wind, and maybe that had more impact on the conditions of play than the actual surface itself. And something that tournament directors have the option to do is adjust the conditions of the court by actually sanding it. So we may see some of that this year, depending on when the actual big hitters, not these wimp ass qualifiers, then when
Do
the
you think
actual
they let
big
the
hitters
ball
start
boys
playing.
do the sanding, or like who's out there sanding this thing?
The
Well,
tournament
probably not the
director.
ball boys.
You think it's like a Zamboni type machine, or you think they're
Damn,
like
that'd be
down on their
sick.
hands
I
and knees?
don't think so, but I want to be proven wrong on that.
Indian
That'd
Wells
be
is
awesome.
the tournament that had the bees last year. If you remember, fucking
Yes.
bees swarmed Alcaraz. So they tweeted out that the bee guy is already on site. So if he has, like, I could see the bee guy also doubling as the Zamboni guy. Or maybe they got a
Damn,
completely different guy. I don't know. I don't know what kind of budget they got out there.
damn,
But
that'd be awesome.
yeah.
Um, what we've seen so far, again, very small data sample size, throughout the qualifiers, is that the speed of play, speed of hits, serves has not really slowed down with the change in surface. Um, Anecdotally, what I've seen on Twitter, what I've seen in other tennis forums, is that the ball's not really bouncing any less high than it usually has in past years either. So it doesn't sound like we're going to see a huge change. Um, honestly, for me, Medvedev aside, I don't really care what the players. I don't I don't get the impression that the players are coming into this tournament like really changing up their prep style or changing up anything about their play because of this surface change. I think the high bouncers are going to favor the baseline players, the tall guys. Maybe we'll see Opelka
Well, how
actually
could
do
they
well as a wild
possibly
card.
change what they're doing to prepare when they don't know what they're preparing for? I think that
I
was
mean,
kind of like the whole
Well,
thing was like last minute announcement, last minute change, known for high bounces. Are we going to have it again? Like, I agree with you.
well,
Nobody
that's what I'm saying.
changed
If
their.
they're like a baseline player and they don't expect the ball to be very high bouncing anymore, they might change up that style of play.
I'm sure they're practicing though. You know what I mean? They show up like 2 or 3 days before. So like
Yeah.
even those
Remember
chicks.
Jao Fonseca's practice?
Yeah, I
No,
saw he was Marty Mush.
what'd you
So
say, Vic?
our rivals in the tennis gambling space just secured a interview with Yao Fonseca, which means that we are now an anti-Yao Fonseca podcast. Calling it right
Who's
here.
Wait, is
Yao
that how that works?
Fonseca, we're going to war, Yao.
um
We're going to war. I don't.
wait, hold on.
Spoiler alert. Jacob Fernley all fucking day. He's gonna take you down to size, you Brazilian. You wanna go to those barstool bumps? You could have been with a gambling racket.
Oh, he's going on the Barstool Tennis Pod?
I don't think they have a pod. I think Marty Mush was I just saw Marty Mush, a video of Marty Mush hitting with him.
Wait, is that how the podcasting industry works? If your rivals get an interview, you automatically hate the guy that does the interview? You don't try to also get him?
Well,
No, that's how
also,
it works. That's
I,
how it works.
I didn't
We're just
agree to be
rivals.
rivals with them. I thought we were at war with the books.
We are at war with the book, but
No, I
also
can't. I'm
The
not Hitler,
theme,
bro. I'm not fighting wars on two fronts. I'm not an
the
idiot.
theme is war this whole year, Chris. This is episode 7. You got to know this by now.
I got to tell you guys, I'm not going to war with any people. I will go to war with the books.
okay,
Okay.
cool.
All right.
Go to war in Ukraine. What are you talking about? I can't wait to get drafted.
Ooh. Well,
Listen,
I can definitely wait for that.
um,
All right, let's get back to what we were talking about.
well, that's
Yeah,
probably going to get
Fonseca
chopped.
is a bum. But wait, Ben, you had another discussion.
Yeah. The other thing that after the draw came out last night that Twitter was buzzing about was that we could potentially see yet another Alcaraz Djokovic quarterfinal. And I get it makes for great tennis, but everyone wants to see this be a later stage matchup, like a final, really, right?
Honestly, I think it's really disappointing that this is just the way it stacks up now with Joker not playing as much as he used to. The good news is you're way more likely to see it happen than if it was going to happen in the finals or the semifinals. So I do think that's kind of cool. But I do think there is some sort of epic failure that comes with watching Joker lose in the quarterfinal.
See, I disagree. I thought it was fucking awesome when he played Alcaraz in the quarterfinal in Australia because then you get a great semifinal and a great final, right? So then you got three great matches in a row for one of those guys. I mean, in Australia, it turned out Joker played an amazing set against Zverev and then, tore his hamstring. So, but then we got Big Z in an Australian Open final. I don't know. I like having two of the big dogs go against each other early for me. I think it opens up a lane for.
It's so anticlimactic. They're playing for nothing.
What are you fucking talking about? They're playing to advance. It's like, if Kentucky
they're playing for nothing
Duke in the Sweet 16.
They're not playing for a title or a spot in the final. They're playing for a spot in the semifinal. That's basically nothing.
Nah, I disagree. I like it early. I like the exciting matchup early.
I like it early if it happens at the Cincinnati Open because then the tickets are cheaper in the earlier rounds. But
yeah, and you also you got one more spot for a live dog, right? You got one more spot for a live quarter winner. So that's
right,
what I like having that.
So we got to talk about something real quick, but we might have to edit it out. I'll let you guys be the judge, but I'm going to monologue here for 1 whole minute.
Okay.
The Cincinnati Open last year, when I signed up for pre-sale tickets and I was honest about my age and wanting to go there, I received no pre-sale tickets. This year, I signed up with my work email. I claimed that I was 65 years old and hella wealthy or something. And then I got my tickets today just fine. I thought I was blacklisted or something from the Cincinnati Open for being under 65. So here we are. Shout out Cincinnati Open. I was number 1,269 in line today. So tennis is bopping, and I'll be there at the Cincinnati Open.
You just got the wool pulled over your eyes, you Cincinnati bitches.
You dumb fucks.
This 65-year-old man is going to be vaping and drinking in section. What section, Chris?
Please don't revoke my tickets. Jesus. I will be on my best behavior until 2 hours before I have to leave.
Good for you. So real quick, circling back to what you mentioned about what they're playing for in the quarterfinals. A semifinalist is awarded 400 points for a 56 draw tournament. And I think it's the same for a 96 draw tournament, but they're playing for 400 points. That's not something that I think motivates Novak that much in his career at this point, but
no one is motivated by points because the real world number one is suspended, and anything you do right now,
that's the dumbest thing you've said today.
You can still overtake what?
Yeah, but if you supplant him from number one while he's out, it doesn't feel as good as supplanting him by beating that ass.
Nobody can catch him.
No one's touching him while he's got 11,330 points. Number two, Zverev, has 8,135. He's got
and we didn't think the cheating was obvious just by those numbers.
Sorry, 2,000.
We had to have the failed drug test.
Say that again.
I mean, it sounds like those are some pretty good cheater numbers. If I was ever going to just look at numbers and think somebody was a cheater, it would be the guy that's that far out in first that he can't even be caught while he's suspended for cheating.
Hey, all my logic and evidence has failed. I'll just call him a cheater.
That was perfect.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here, dude.
The guy can't even be caught while serving his suspension, and you think he's clean. He's just that
one
much
thing
better
does not
than correlate
to the other, you fucking lunatic. Where the correlation does not equal causation.
I can't believe you're doubting Sinner's ability.
Causation.
You said you've been following tennis very closely for the past 2 years. There's no way you can watch every tennis player that you've watched and not say Sinner is the best of them. He is out of his mind above the competition right now.
18 months ago, it was a coin flip between Sinner and Alcaraz for who was going to be the next generation's number one. And now it's so far lopsided.
That's not even quantifiable.
And you have the audacity to say I'm crazy. He's that far out and pop positive for a drug test, and you still want to think he's clean.
Dude, you sound insane.
I want both of you on whatever jury I am. listen, when I go to trial, I need one of you on my jury.
I
You're the
want you.
retard everyone needs.
I want you. We're gonna live stream a match when Sinner comes back. The next time Alcaraz plays Sinner, we're gonna live stream it, and you're gonna fucking watch, and you're gonna tell the world live to their faces via the camera and the internet
Carlito
that
forever.
Sinner is only good because he had picograms of some prohibited substance
That's
in his
all
blood.
that showed
Get
up
the
on the
fuck out of here.
test.
I don't
You're
want to
If
fucking.
you got
We
crazy.
can't do this,
picograms
bro.
on the test,
We
you
can't
got
go down this
grams in your
Stop.
blood.
We
Get
can't.
out
We
of
can't.
here.
All right. We're gonna go. All right. So that was our
Man doesn't know
discussion.
how to evaluate
I'm on a
talent. It's
podcast full of
crazy. It's
idiots.
crazy. It's like watching fucking any sport. It's like watching Barry Bonds crank dingers and thinking he's only able to hit a baseball because he does steroids. Get out of here.
Dude, we can't. We'll be here fucking an hour. All right.
Guys, Barry Bonds could have easily hit 60 home runs with no juice. No one's
right.
denying that. But he hit
Okay, well, Sinner can
75
easily have
because of the
3,000
juice.
up on number
All right.
2 in the world without juice too, easily.
Exactly. He would be neck and neck with Carlito without cheating.
Dude,
Carlitos doesn't even
crazy.
he doesn't even have as many points as Zverev. Why doesn't
Dude.
Carlitos beat Zverev then, Chris?
Carlito is number one.
Oh my God.
He is.
All right, Victor,
Chris,
we need to get to some actual gambling talk now because this man is too insane to talk about anything but numbers, apparently. And I'm not even convinced he can get the numbers right.
Give me some math problems. I'm real good at numbers.
Here you go.
So let's go through the draw. We're going to do quarter by quarter futures odds.
Let's start with the overall winner. We got Carlos Alcaraz plus 250, Joker plus 650, Big Z plus 700, Medvedev 1400, Taylor Fritz 1800, Tsitsipas 1800, Demon 25, Tommy Paul 3000, Fonseca, that fucking rat, that nobody, plus 3000, Draper plus 3000, Casper Ruud plus 3000, Rublev plus 3, FAA 4, Ben Shelton 4. So yeah, I mean, we just talked about it. Alcaraz versus Djokovic, and those are the top two guys, and they're going to be playing each other in the quarter. So definitely room for some upsets, room for some dogs here. So I like a long number in Indian Wells. I don't know. I like a long number in Indian Wells. Who you got, Ben?
Quick call out here. On our episodes, I usually give odds from Bovada. Vic usually gives odds from DraftKings Sportsbook. Once you get past Taylor Fritz, I think, or maybe Tsitsipas, the numbers start getting crazy different. Anyone that you said has plus 3,000, I think you said Ruud, Shelton, maybe someone else, they're plus 4,000 on here right now.
Fonseca's plus 3, Ruud's plus 3,
plus
Tommy
4,000 on here, plus 4,000, plus 4,000.
That's why you shop the lines, folks. That's why you shop the lines.
Yeah, so definitely shop around here.
There is no bigger disparity in sports gambling than tennis futures, and I proved it mathematically using Grok.
I think it'd be worth it for us
I'm with you on that one.
Do a retro analysis of these differences maybe and see how these guys with huge disparities actually fare in the tournaments.
Like which book is the best? Or
so I thought it might just be because the odds are getting so long, but like go look at the NFL or the NBA future odds of winning, and none of them are more than plus 200 apart. Sorry, plus or minus 200 apart. But then you go look at tennis, and people are very ordinarily 1,000 points apart.
Well, it's smaller market cap, right? So that there's like less liquidity in the tennis markets. So you can
That's all going to change when I make it the #1 sport in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
This is my announcement. I'm going pro.
Oh, that's what you were gonna. I thought you were gonna do something crazy. All right, Vic, do you like anybody at any of these odds? I know you said you like a longer shot at Indian Wells.
I had to point something out. I'm really sorry. 2 weeks ago, Victor, the animal Lodato, said João Fonseca looked amazing. He looked like young Derek Jeter out there, maybe even a Carlos Alcaraz. And then 2 weeks later, here he is dogging him, and I just don't get it. João, I just want you to know, he stands alone.
The dog
I love Brazil.
Dude, he's fucking throwing props to our rivals, right? We can't.
This
Except
whole rival thing, I don't even
it's
know
like
who
George
this
Bush
person
said.
is.
It's like George Bush said, you're either with us or you're with the terrorists, right? And that
But then, as
motherfucker
it turned out, George Bush
Bin,
was with
chose
the
Bin
terrorists.
Laden.
So we were all together in the same bed the whole time, and
His
then they took
name
down the towers.
from now on is Fonseca Bin Laden. Or does it flow better the other way?
No,
Osama.
definitely Fonseca bin Laden had a lot of impact.
Does that have a lot of flow? Does that have a lot of flow to it? Fonseca Bin Laden.
Dow Fonseca bin Laden.
I think it's important to keep in mind here that
Osama
Alcaraz is
Fonseca.
going for the three-peat at Indian Wells this year. Before him, Fritz was a winner. Before that was Cam Norrie, and before that was Dominic Thiem. I wouldn't say that this is a tournament that longer shots win.
I'm going to go with Mr. Texas himself, Tommy Paul.
Tommy Paul. I actually like Tommy Paul here, Chris. That's a good call. He made the semifinal last year, lost to Medvedev, but only because he turned his ankle. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, he was playing hot as shit last year. He's about to start playing hot as shit. Ride the hot racket. Tommy fucking Paul.
I remember that. Was it that match or was it the finals that they had that long shot of Medi just riding in the back of a golf cart on the way to the on the way to the finals, on the way to the court? That was fucking funny.
He is a character. He's good for tennis. Bublik was good for tennis when he also won matches.
When he cared about
he's just a loser and a bum.
He wants to be a content creator.
I'm gonna go with fucking sounds a little crazy, but give me my boy Casper Ruud plus 3,000.
Woo! That does sound crazy.
Rude Boy Summer. I looked at his draw, and for me, it was really just amounts to the draw. He'd have Giron, then probably Poprin, then
He's probably been put out by freaking Giron. Come on.
No,
dude, he's not going to get put out by Marcus Giron,
no.
right? And then the top guys in his quarter are Tommy Paul and Medvedev, and they play each other in the fourth round, and he would play the winner, right?
So, dang.
So I think the winner's going to come out of Q2, and I think Casper Ruud's got the easiest route to the quarterfinals. So I'm going to go with him plus 3,000 for half a unit. I mean, plus 4,000 in Bovada. I love that even more. So obviously going to give my money to Ben to place that bet. And then the other one that I'm betting for half a unit, you know what, man? I'm going to get fucking real weird with it. I'm going to get real weird. Alexander Bublik plus 25,000. Alexander Bublik plus 25,000. I know it sounds crazy.
Is it plus 25,000 to let a child underhand serve for him?
That's throwing your money away.
Let's talk about the draw. He's got a qualifier. Then he'd have Mahach, who, you know,
what?
I know he looks good.
The assassin.
The qualifier's going to beat him.
Do you have any idea how short Thomas's shorts are going to be for this tournament? They're going to be microscopic, bro.
Dude, I want to make a bet with you guys, like some kind of ladder bet for every round that Bublik advances. Like there has to be some kind of punishment for the two.
Does he play Mahach in the first round?
He plays Mahach in the second round. He plays the qualifier in the first round.
Okay, so he goes to the second round. I'll bet $1 million on that.
Yeah, I might double his money on that one.
What do you want me to do? I'll walk a hot dog across the room in between my butt cheeks for you.
All right, there you go.
Vic, I don't know if you're trying to prove loyalties or something here, but that is fucking insane. You realize,
dude,
that,
we
right?
get it. You like Bublik. He's funny and stuff.
Yeah,
he doesn't
know you, bro. He doesn't know you exist.
Even if he gets
stay until I die, baby. Fonseca, Bin Laden, and Kazakhstan. Those are the two things I know about tennis.
Your best hope.
You haven't given your pick.
Hope is that Mahak shorts pull a hammy and he can't finish and he gets a walkover. Then he might get to the third round.
That's true. Ben, who do you like? Since you're talking shit about my picks.
Yeah, I am. No, your second pick. Well, actually, I hate the Ruud pick too. I think
the Ruud pick is god awful.
I agree. He has a relatively easy road. He's got a much easier road than Alcaraz does. But fuck, Casper Ruud is a choke artist. Let's get real.
Dude, this is a
Listen, you don't
1,000,
you
not a
don't
grand
bet
slam.
Alcaraz
He
at
just
this low
choked
of
in a
odds.
500. I'm not impressed.
Close to who?
To fucking Chapo.
In the final?
Yeah, of a 500 in Dallas. This is a 1,000 with actual good tennis players there. Chapo, have we mentioned Chapo's name? No. But we're
Speaking
talking
He
of
has
about
a
which,
lot of
good
Rublev
good points
thought.
even.
there,
Good
Vic.
thought. What is Chapo's odds? Chapo is plus 5,000. I mean, good for him,
Really?
man. Good for
I don't
him.
even 6,600
What's
on
FAA?
Bovada.
FA is plus 4,000 here on DK.
Same on Bovada. Uh here's when I first saw these odds come out, I think Zverev has a very, very strong chance of winning this tournament. But he's plus, I don't know what the fuck the odds makers are doing, at least at Bovada. He's plus 700 again. And I feel like every time I bet a future on Zverev at plus 700, that number's in my mind, he doesn't fucking win. So I am going to put half a unit, which is my futures units, on Taylor Fritz to win it all. I got plus 1,800 on Bovada.
Taylor Fritz, the American, the returning American, not defending, but he's won here before. He beat Nadal in the final on a fucked up ankle.
3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I
All
like
right.
Taylor Fritz. I think he can. I think he can be the American to make a run this year. He's bit to me. I know he's doing well in points, but to me, he's just been out of the conversation, and I think that gets to a guy like Fritz. As far as like who are the top guys. So Indian Wells, first of two 1,000 level events in the United States this year,
Sunshine
and
Double.
yep. And I think that this is his opportunity to really take it. No sinner to be found. Thank goodness. And hey, maybe Joker takes out Alcaraz for him too. Actually, let me check on the bracket, make sure that's possible. So he gets a bye. He'd have to go through likely Baez. Baez is playing a qualifier. Then he's got either Lajovic or Tabio. Come on.
Easy.
Yeah. And then we're looking at maybe FAA or Draper or Joao bin Laden if the wild card is able to get past Fernley. And then he's moving on to face the winner of what quarter? Sorry, that's not the right quarter. God, this BNP Paribas
You're talking
website.
about Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz is in section 6, so he's quarter 3. But yeah, his path is easy. His path is definitely easy. So he'd play section 5. He'd probably play Rublev or Shelton in the quarterfinal, right?
Easy for Fritz. A tall guy with a high bouncing court. Come on.
I think Shelton would give him a
Come
hard
on.
time, but I like it, dude. I like it. That's a good pick. That's well reasoned. That's well thought out.
Don't get me
That's
wrong. I want to see a guy like Rublev do well. I fucking like Rublev. I just
yeah, me
like
I
him.
too.
love Rublev
The
after
top
meeting
Russian
those
guys
Russians.
are fucking fun for tennis.
Yo, shout
No
out to
matter
my
which
Russian
version of Rublev
homies.
you get the psycho, it's fun. If you get the nice guy, it's still fun for some reason.
Shout out to my Russian homies I met at the airport. They love Andrei Rublev. So now I love Andrei Rublev.
Our FBI agent, it was not a secret meeting between Chris and he was total happenstance. Thank you, our
They,
FBI
they
agent.
were human traffickers that live in Kentucky or Tennessee.
Well, not beating the allegations now. This
All
is a
right.
Kazakhstani podcast, Chris.
They
Get
only
with the
traffic
times.
adults. It's cool.
Okay. Well, that's fine then. That's fine.
Yeah, they
Uh,
don't mess with kids. They're not weirdos.
So before we get arrested, the first quarter odds we have are Big Z plus 225, TT Pass plus 400, Ugo Humbert plus 6, Mahach plus 8, Berrettini 8, Holger Rune 11, Tiafu 12, Kekman is 2,500. I don't know why I wanted to shout him out. Oh yeah, because the other 2,500, Alexander Sasha Bublik plus 2,500 to win Q1.
Who? Kecmanovic?
Well,
Who?
he's plus 2,500. Yeah.
Why don't I not even see him on Bovada? I don't even see Kecmanovic on here.
He's not going to fucking win, so it doesn't matter. He's going to
True.
play Zverev in round 2. Um,
Oh, you know what? It says quarter winners can be parlayed, others on request. Quarter winners can be parlayed. That's kind of cool.
That is
I've never
nice.
seen that note on Bovada before. Um,
Get all four quarters right,
I
win a
asked about
Lamborghini.
Kecmanovic just because I've bet against that motherfucker in just round play at least 3 times this year, and he beats me every fucking time.
Same, same. Every time I bet against him, I lose. He
Fine.
won that tournament. What, 2, 3 weeks ago? Where was it? I think he won at 250. Like he won Del Rey.
Really?
Won the Del Rey Open. Yeah, fucking wild. But anyway,
Man.
plus two. I got to go with the chalky pick here for Q1. I'm Big Z plus 225.
Yeah.
Looking at the draw, he's got the easiest path to the quarterfinal. I mean, like all the killers are in the bottom half, and he's on the top half with Perry Card, who's a serve bot, Mahach, and Tiafo. So I think he's gonna make it to the quarterfinal, and the other guys got to run through a gauntlet to get to him. So I'm gonna go with Big Z plus 225.
Yeah, I agree with you here. I think honestly the guys I'm more afraid of um in this half of the or half of the quarter, I should say, are Berrettini and Mahach normally. However, I don't think conditions at Indian Wells cater well to their style of play. I don't think Berrettini is going to have a good showing here. I actually don't think Mahach is going to have a good showing either. I think this is a really easy walk for Zverev. If I had to pick someone to make a little bit of a run, it'd be a guy like Marajan, who's plus 5,000 to win the quarter, but that's if you really got the folding money to put down on a longer shot. I'm I'm with you on Zverev here in the first quarter.
Okay, cool. Chris, you got a quarter play?
There's only two options: Zverev, Mahak. Mahak's not going to really fare well in these conditions. I like Big Z.
All right, all right. It's a clean sweep for the German.
We've never had that before on this podcast.
I think
That's
we
true.
have.
We've never had a full agreement on a future.
All right, well, we gotta bet it then. We gotta
I
make it
think
a
if you're thinking
podcast
about
play.
betting Berrettini just for the viewers or Mahach, they're both plus 800 on Bovada. I think I think that's a bait price. I wouldn't touch it. I don't like it. Go with a guy like Greek Sport maybe at plus 2,000 is much better value.
He's been playing well, but he's not getting through Big Z.
Dude,
Agreed.
I gotta call out my boy. I know you're gonna shame me. Holger Rune plus 1100. I'm not saying to bet it, but it's out there. It's out there if you're curious, you know. If you're curious, if you're a little bi-curious about Holger Rune, it's out there plus 1100.
I think that's honestly why you like him.
He's also not on Bovada right now. I wonder why they didn't make odds for Runa.
Probably because they know he's going to flake out and somebody's going to walk over.
You can request odds for it, but
A Holger Rune future is the worst bet you can make.
oh yeah, I don't fuck around with
That's
that
what
guy.
I just said. I just said.
There's 92 different scenarios where he just quits the match due to mental illness. Like, get out of here.
I know.
All
I
right,
know.
let's go to
All right.
Q2.
Q2. All right. Top boy in Q2 or top guy in Q2 is your boy Ben Taylor Fritz plus 350, Draper plus 500, Rublev 500, Shelton 700, FAA that fucking
You're looking
bum.
at Q3, dude. You're looking at Q3.
Oh man, my bad, dude. My bad. I'm not even that fucked up.
Let's do Q3 then.
No, we'll do it in order. Make it easy. Q2. All right. Medvedev plus 225. Tommy Paul 400. Yuri Lehechka 500. Casper Ruud 550. Arthur Fees plus 1400. Musetti 1600. Michelson 1600. And Opelka 2200. To me, this is the most open quarter. I don't know about you guys, but to me, this looks like the softest quarter. So that's where I have my champ, Casper Ruud, coming out of there. And I'm going to take Casper Ruud plus 550 to win the quarter here. I think these top four guys are like the worst top four guys out of any quarter, and Ruud has the easiest path to the quarterfinal. So give me a Ruud plus 550.
Chris, go ahead.
Tommy Paul plus 400.
There's always one of us. One of the three of us is always taking a Tommy Paul quarters future. It seems in every 1,000 level event or higher.
Love Tommy Paul.
Listen,
Yeah,
the calves on Tommy Paul are going to see us through the desert. All right, those calves are going to be working overtime. I love him in this quarter, like you said. It is a little soft, but it is a minefield, and Casper Ruud is going to get stuck on Tommy Paul and blown up to smithereens.
All right.
I'm looking for. I just use control F. So honestly, the name that's standing out to me is Lorenzo Musetti.
All
I
right.
think
I don't hate it. I don't hate Musetti. I think
I've got
Musetti
plus.
is good in like weird conditions with
What's
that.
that?
I said,
That one-handed backhand is going to stink in the desert. Get out of here with Musetti.
Wait,
no,
no, he's
dude.
not. Go ahead. Sorry, Vic. I didn't mean
I
to
was gonna
step
say, I think the one-handed backhand. I mean, TT Pass just fucking won a tourney with his one-handed backhand. I think we might be in a one-handed backhand, a little renaissance, a little one-handed
Mexico. There's a
backhand
lot of
renaissance.
sand down there, Chris.
Psychotic.
No, it's not. I don't think it's psychotic. Also, Musetti is a decent clay quarter as well. I don't know why you're hating on Musetti so much. So,
Yeah, bronze
looking
medalist.
at, damn it, looking at his draw here, he's got a bye in the first
Oh,
round.
he's a bronze medalist.
Yeah,
Huh?
he won the bronze medal last year.
Good for him.
He's likely going to go through. I'm thinking Opelka because Opelka's a wild card play in Sefulin, and Sefulin is 1,000 years old and a bum.
Roman sucks.
I'm afraid of Opelka's height, though. Again, we're talking about the high bounce, the slower speeds. It serves his game well, but I think Musetti's just an all around better player. Then we're looking at probably Arthur Feast. Honestly, I hope Triple Z takes down Feast because I'm sick of Feast's bullshit.
Dude,
But
Feast has been playing like shit, and he deserves it for that bullshit he pulled at the Davis Cup when he lied about the ball hitting him, and so
yeah,
fuck that
yeah.
guy. I'm also a Feast
Still,
hater.
he's still living rent free in your head from that, huh?
I don't really think about it, but he
Clearly,
got,
you do.
And then again, I think he has to go through. He'd have to go through your boy Casper Ruud until he faces probably Tommy Paul or Medi, right? So
Tommy Paul or
I
Medi.
think Musetti is a little undervalued here. Again, I think Ruud's a choke artist, so I can see it coming down to the quarterfinal matchup being Musetti versus Tommy Paul. And I like if I can get plus 1,400 in a Musetti Tommy Paul matchup, I'm taking Musetti's odds. That's value, baby. Value.
Value. That's value. That's a good call.
I shouldn't
I
have
don't think
clapped
he's
in the
gonna make
mic
it
like
by
that.
Ruud, but Chris, who you like?
No one.
You don't like anybody here?
Wait, he already said Tommy Paul.
Oh yeah, Jesus, my bad, dude.
But he changed his mind.
No, I thought you were looking for a second answer there. I don't like anybody else.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Let's go to Q3.
Love calves of Tommy Paul.
Q3, we got Taylor Fritz plus 350, Draper plus 500, Rublev plus 500, Shelton plus 700, FAA 750, Yao Bin Laden. Wait, Osama Fonseca plus 800.
that does kind of work. It works better than the other one.
Osama Fonseca works better.
Joao Bin Laden does not work as well.
Fonseca Bin Laden.
Osama Fonseca. All right, that's it.
Last
You're
name.
Osama
We
Fonseca.
don't do that.
Karen Kachanov plus 14, Jakub Mensik 14, Lerner Tien 17, Nakashima 18. Ben, you taking Fritz?
Plus 350. No, do I like I'm basically it's a double down, right? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be saving my money here at plus 350. Yeah, I guess I will. I guess I will. Honestly, I have no faith in a guy. I'm not buying into the FAA is having a great fucking season. I think he's got the most wins on the tour in 2025 so
He's
far.
bot farming, bro. Stop it.
All right.
You're trolling,
How many
dude.
Yeah,
over-
if only it were that easy, then everyone would fucking do it, right? So don't get me wrong.
I'm really just kidding. Chapo and FAA, great Canadians, guys. We don't hate the Canadians, but we would like it if you were a 51st state.
Fuck that territory. They don't deserve statehood.
We
They
don't
don't
need.
deserve.
What are we talking about politics for? I'm just not in love with anyone else in this half. Like if I had to, Lerner Chien is here, or sorry, in this half, in this quarter, Lerner Chien's here, Nakashima's here, American Young Guns, Kovacevic is here. Fuck, this is going to be an exciting quarter to watch. I think Taylor Fritz beats all these guys. I'm afraid of a guy like Rublev who can dominate the baseline. So, fuck. I'm getting much
I
better value on the outright.
Yeah, I like Fritz. I like Fritz, everything you said. And the only thing I like Rublev too, but man, you can't trust him to make it.
No, I
You know what I
know.
mean?
He's a
Like,
loose cannon.
yeah, he's a
His
fucking
therapist is sick one week and then he can't have a
yeah.
session.
Yeah, dude. Like watching him meditate right before a tiebreak, you're like, oh, it might be fucked or it might work. I
Oh
don't know,
shit.
you know?
Someone in the stands is about to die. I don't
Yeah.
know.
First, you guys hate on him for his mental health. Then you hate on him for trying to have better mental health.
No,
Let
I said I
let the
like
guy
him for
meditate.
both. I said I like him for both. That doesn't mean my money feels the same way.
Hey, you're talking about baseline. Few players better on the baseline than Rublev.
Say that again.
There's only a few players better on the baseline than Andre Rublev.
I know he's a great baseline player, but Fritz has height. He's a tall motherfucker.
Fritz's height, I feel like he's much more aggressive in the
I think
point.
that would be an awesome matchup at Indian Wells to
Yeah,
see Fritz and Rublev.
that'd be a
I'd
good one.
take
That'd be a fun.
Fritz. I would
Yeah.
take Fritz. So I might. I'm putting the futures bet on him for the outright. I might double down for the quarter because hey, if I win one, I don't feel so bad about losing the other.
On to the next one. Vic, who do you like?
I'm with Ben on Fritz on that one. So yeah, let's go to Q4. Let's go to
Wait,
Q4.
did you have a pick, Chris, or in Q3 or
No.
no? You're
Pass.
taking Lerner GN? That's your fucking season long big mover.
I love Lerner.
He stole him from me, and he's having a fucking amazing year. He's so good.
Watching him is one of the best highlights of tennis so far. He never gives up, dude. Never. He's never out of it. He was down 4-1, came back, literally went up 5-4 after that. He's a little savage, dude. If he
Come
had the
on,
height,
dude. Plus 1,800 to win the quarter. You're not going to take that.
no. Dude, he's got to go through Fritz and Rublev, and I don't like it.
God, I love the American young guns right now. It's such a good time
Me too.
for American talent.
Yeah.
Bosov already's ready to turn the corner, I think, and start competing. And I think Lerner turned the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Wait, did
not
he get a
enough for
wild
you to
card?
bet him. Not enough for you to bet him, Chris. Not enough for you to bet him.
Did he get a wild card?
I
Mustafa
did
Reddy?
bet him plus 260 against Big Z.
Yeah, I think he did get a wild card, Ben.
I thought so too.
And then
Okay.
also, if you want to talk about young Americans, Brooksby's in the field too. So there you go.
Right. Oh, that's
All
right.
right, let's do Q4, and then I got to roll out.
All right, you
What
got
about
it.
Ethan
dude. Q4.
Ethan Quinn too?
Carlos Alcaraz minus 155. Joker plus 275. Demon plus 700. Herc 1200. Shapo 16. Dimitrov 16. Korda 25. ADF 28. Yeah, I mean it's either Alcaraz or Joker, right? Like
You want to talk about height? You got Hercules over there.
dude, he's a bum.
People are excited about two things we didn't mention in the earlier part of the episode is that Kyrgios is likely going to play Djokovic, and
Second round, right?
Hurkacz has a pretty easy draw until he gets to the later stages of this quarter. So,
Where he's
but
supposed
he's
to
a
play
chalk
Demon.
artist. You can what?
He would play Demon. It's
Yeah.
his first match,
I don't-
and Demon owns him. Like I think the head-to-head is like 5-1 or something like
Ooh,
that.
really? I'm
Yeah,
looking it up.
Herc's a bum, dude.
He is
I know
kind of
he's a choker. He's a choke artist. So who? Sorry, I think did someone already make their pick here?
No. Do you have a pick? You go first.
There's no point in betting on anyone
Why?
because it's either going to be Joker or Alcaraz. You're not getting good odds on either.
You're definitely not getting good odds on Alcaraz, but
Yeah, Joker plus 275 is a pretty good number. I'm
I
taking.
don't know. I am interested to see. This is a fucking slugfest of a quarter.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
be
wild.
interested to see what a guy like Dimitrov can do here.
The odds aren't long enough on anybody else when both sides of the quarter have to go through either an Alcaraz or a Joker. Like I don't like the numbers on any of these.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, Ben. Your boy Dimitrov has been retiring a lot. He hasn't been finishing
yeah,
them.
Yeah, Grigor has not been in fine form.
Yeah,
but he's also been resting, so it could be the case that he's ready to go.
resting.
Yeah, because he hasn't been playing. So I mean, it's not. Listen, I'm not sold on Djokovic being an automatic uh to the semis guy anymore. I think like we'll probably see that for majors or for slams,
We're talking
but
about a quarter here.
yeah, I know.
We're
Yeah,
Yeah,
talking
he
he's
has
about
a quarter to get to the
early,
semis.
right? But that's what I'm saying. Like before that ever happens, he's a landmine that I don't think there's any value on anybody else that has to go through him.
I
I
think that
agree with you that he's not automatic at
well, I
all,
don't
but
think we know.
he's
That's
like the
my
ultimate
point is that we
landmine
don't
for
know yet.
everybody. I just
Because
feel like he's the ultimate landmine for everybody in that bottom half, and then he's a landmine for Carlos Alcaraz because you never know when the goat is going to go goat mode.
Andy Murray is in
yeah,
town.
I
Andy
know.
Murray has flown in to coach. So
I
Andy,
saw that. I saw Andy Murray will be there. But my
yeah,
point is that how much how much investment is Djokovic putting into anything that's not a slam now that he's like kind of on the back end? We don't
I
know.
hope he's there.
So maybe there's
Exactly.
value.
That's why
Look, I'm trying to find the
he's
value
not
here, guys. I'm
automatic.
not trying to fucking say that he's a shit player or anything like
No,
that.
but that's what I'm saying. He's not automatic anymore. So plus 275 doesn't move the needle for me. But he's the ultimate
I don't want to
landmine
bet on
because
Djokovic.
if he does decide to invest in it and really play, he can take out anybody. That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
really
agreed.
a roll of the dice on how much Joker cares about the match. Because even if he's down a set, if he decides to turn it up a notch, like there's no one better in the world. And that's what like the GOAT will either go GOAT mode and be the ultimate landmine, or somebody else will eventually get beat by Alcaraz. But there's no value on anyone that has to go through both of those players.
I think there's good value on because the question mark is on Djokovic. So anyone that has to go through both of them would automatically get more value.
I don't think the numbers reflect that.
All right.
I
Name a person that
don't
you
give
like
I want more
more high.
value.
Who do you like?
Again, I would like I could see Dimitrov making a run here. Why not?
Pull up his tennis abstract. How many times has he retired already this year?
I don't know. That doesn't tell me anything.
It tells you that it's a terrible person to put a future on.
Okay, well, how many times has Djokovic played this year?
Enough to be dangerous.
He's played in the Australian Open, and that's it, right? Okay.
Played in
Dimitrov
Dubai.
has at least been out there like trying to play.
He just played in Dubai.
He did?
Yeah, he played doubles in Dubai, and he also got knocked out like in an early round in Dubai by who beat him in Dubai? I think Rublev beat him in Dubai. So he lost in Dubai, but he was there to play doubles with his like with some guy who's retiring. So he has just been playing tennis.
I don't think he hasn't been playing tennis. It doesn't sound like he's playing it very seriously. Um,
But what if he decides to take this serious?
that's the question mark. That's my whole point is that we don't
He's
know
a
how seriously he's
motherfucking
going to
goat.
take this.
His fucking coach just flew from England to be there. I think he's going to
It's
take it
Andy
seriously.
Murray. Andy Murray
Yeah,
is
Andy Murray was going to be
films
there with
fucking
or without
TikToks of Jack
Djokovic.
Draper fucking smoking in the car and shit.
If you're a retired tennis player with a tennis podcast, why would you not go to Indian Wells?
Does
Yeah,
Andy Murray have a
it
podcast?
looks like fucking paradise.
We should be there.
I don't think Andy Murray has a podcast.
If you guys weren't idiots
No, I
and
don't. No. He films like no, he like TikToks. I said.
whatever.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's really like
Social media.
Draper in the passenger seat while Andy Murray's driving, and they're fucking around, and Murray's like shitting on Draper. It's the British thing. You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand.
Are you looking it up?
Not
See you on
me.
your phone. I can see you're on your phone, Victor.
Yeah, I was looking at I was going to look it up and then I saw this video. Apparently there was a dispute at a challenger today. Somebody smashed the ball at the other dude at the net and there was a lot of arguments at when they went to shake hands.
Well, hey, don't stand that close to the net. Shouldn't have
Yeah,
been standing there.
Young Cerundolo was involved. I have to watch it later. I have to watch it later. My bad, dude.
You hit that guy. You should have been standing there. Okay. Well, I'm thinking about a Dimitrov play for the fourth quarter. I don't love it, but I'm looking for value here.
If you don't love it, don't take it.
That's not how I bet. I bet
If you don't want to get her pregnant, hit her in the shitter.
All right, there you go.
All right. Yep. Is there value in there?
In the shitter?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it prevents children. If you guys didn't have children, you could be at Indian Wells right now.
That's true.
We don't have children.
You have incoming children.
All right.
All right. So that's all the quarters. Do you guys have any day one, round one bets that you really like? Anybody got anything that they got circled?
Can you see me right now?
Can I see
No.
you? No, I can't see you.
It turns off the video.
No, I still see your video, but you're gone. It's just the
Did
earth.
you just say it turns off chlamydia?
The
No,
video.
Vic, you got to get antibiotics for that, buddy.
You got
Well,
what?
your first match tomorrow, one of the first matches tomorrow is Shevchenko versus Hijikata. Hijikata is plus 115 underdog. Still feels like we should be fading all Kazakhs, but Vic, what do
Dude,
you
no,
think?
no. Hijikata's been a bum status. Hijikata's been
Oh,
on
I
bum.
know.
lately.
I
So,
know, but
yeah.
Kazakhstan hasn't necessarily been top of the fucking charts either.
Chevy's not been bad. Chevy did all right. He represented himself decently in the last couple of weeks, you know. I mean, I think he's like 2-4 probably the last month and a half. So he's won 3-4. He's won a couple games. I like Chevy here. Actually, I was going to call this one out. I like Chevy minus 150. Are you on Hijikata?
I'm on
No, but I would
Duckworth,
think
who's
about it.
winning right now.
I'm not taking this one. I really just wanted to egg you on about Kazakhstan.
Oh, you wanted a Kazakhstani update. Okay.
Yeah.
Kukushkin lost today. That's a washed Kazakhstani. If you want to talk about washed Kazakhstanis, Kukushkin is the top of my washed Kazakhstani list.
He's still coming. He's still an up and comer.
In 38, dude.
He's an up and comer. Come on.
Ooh, what about
I'm trying to give you an angle here to be
tomorrow?
proud of your people because there's not a lot to be proud of coming out of Kazakhstan this year.
Shut up. Shut
We've
that
got
fuck.
Stockholm syndrome, guys giving up tennis at the
Guys,
leading the charts for Kazakhstan.
Do you think ADF has a hangover tomorrow from playing so hard and then flying across the map?
How
playing
long ago
against
was his last
McDonald's.
match? Flying
What?
across the map.
He lost in Acapulco on Saturday
Yeah, he's
or
not.
Sunday. Yeah,
not
it's
far.
Wednesday.
It's
Yeah,
like a
it's not
3-hour
that bad.
flight, maybe.
All right,
He's
you're right.
minus 240 against
Right.
Mackenzie McDonald. Mackenzie McDonald's kind of he's not been that great. I don't love the number for ADF, but I don't think I'm going to bet that one. One number I do love, I have to call us out. It's our boy. It's our chosen one now. Jacob
Brenton
Fernley. Jacob Fernley plus 200 against Osama Fonseca. Fuck him. Fuck Fonseca. Fuck Bin Laden. Terrorism will be fought wherever it is found around the globe. Jacob Fernley plus 200. Jacob Fernley plus 200.
Hey, I'm not going to disagree with you on this one. Last time you guys were on Fernley, he beat Kyrgios, right?
In Australia. Yeah.
Australia. So
Yeah, but that was free money.
well, why isn't this one free money? He's playing an actual terrorist, lives in a cave in Afghanistan. Couple matches that I definitely want to watch. Cam Norrie and Luca Nardi.
That's going to be a good one.
This is, if you remember, the place where Nardi took down Djokovic last year. Chris, you want to talk about motivation? Hey, if Djokovic could lose to a guy like Nardi last year when he was looking forward to the Olympics, what's to say now that he's won, he just doesn't give a shit and can't lose to a guy like fucking Dimitrov this year?
Shut up about Dimitrov. You fucking
Listen, Djokovic is probably going to win against Grigor 6-3, 6-2.
If they play, you need to put
Ben,
some fucking
I got a
money
line
on
for
that
you.
if you believe in that.
Ben, I got a line for you. Opelka's minus 110 against the Foolin. That seems like a 5-unit max better right there. Opelka, right? Am I crazy? Why is he, a coin flip with Safulin?
Something's been going on. I know Opelka's been getting a lot of hate lately for his takes on doubles.
Yeah.
I don't know what's he been doing. Didn't he get like oh good. He had some kind of something else going on where he had like withdrew from a tournament, I feel like. Um Let me look that up while we're talking. But I agree with you. I think it's gonna be closer than it should be. I don't necessarily like either of these guys betting wise. I don't want to put my money on either of these guys. I do want to watch it. Let's see. Um, I'll let you know. Oh, he
We
faced
need the
3 weeks
pick.
ago. He
The
was
pick.
facing discipline from the ATP over some remarks that he made towards a chair umpire.
Yeah, when he barked at that dude in Dallas, and then he said
Yeah,
he was fucking umpire on tour. I mean,
yeah.
that dude did fuck up. And also, like, I
Agreed,
wish
agreed.
they got some chair umpires that weren't like, morbidly obese. I know they sit in a chair for all day, but like, give them some celery up there, like not Doritos, celery
Have
sticks.
have you seen guys eating up there?
Bro, I'd be eating all fucking day if I was up
Yeah,
there.
they were
I'd be
bringing him a
snacking
bunch of
on wings.
panini.
Um, Something I literally just watched the odds move as we've been talking about first round, and one that I had circled for kind of a popcorn match, as Gil Gross would say, is Ben Bonzi and Jensen Brooksby. Sorry, it was even odds. Sorry, even meaning minus 110 each on the money line, and it's moving slowly in favor of Brooksby. Benjamin Bonzi's coming off a win on a challenger event just on Sunday or Saturday or Sunday. He's playing decent tennis right now. I'm not sold that he should be an underdog on against Brooksby right now. I, I might play this one.
I'd have to take a look at it.
Okay.
I do usually make money on him though.
On who?
On Bonzi?
On Ben Bonzi.
Really? That's good.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learned Chien is kind of a
Betting a
heavy
lot of
favorite against
qualifiers
Navone
then, huh?
tomorrow.
Because that motherfucker don't win. You betting a lot of qualifiers, Chris. You
I love
degenerate.
Ben Bonzi in the early rounds.
Learner Chien's kind of
I'll show you the
a heavy
tickets.
favorite against Mariano Navone tomorrow. What do you think about that?
Learner rules.
Minus 300. Is that what you got?
Minus 275, but it's
Minus
still
$2.75.
That's a heavy favorite.
Navone only plays clay, so that's why he's coming straight up from Chile. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
But I mean, that's a big deficit for what has Tien played a slower, higher bouncing court yet this year?
I don't know.
I don't think he has, as far
All
as I
right,
know.
boys, I got to drop. Go Buckeyes.
All right. Well, this is a good place to wrap it up then. Chris, you can drop off and we'll wrap up the episode.
Say go Buckeyes.
No.
Buckeyes, not.
No.
Big game against
Victor.
Nebraska tonight, boys.
God, I hope they fucking lose.
Yeah, I know, me too. Right?
All right, let's wrap this up.
We gotta start the episode with that. I hope they fucking lose. Fuck Ohio State. Fuck you,
Yeah,
Chris. Fuck
yeah,
Ohio State.
yeah, the fucking fuck eyes. All right, yeah, let's wrap this up. We'll tweet out our picks for the first round for sure and for our futures. So make sure you're following us on social media. The picks go out on our X accounts at Young Busey for Vic, and the main account will retweet his picks as well. But I'll put my picks out on that main account at Faulty Picks, the Gambling Racket Podcast on X. So while you're doing that, make sure you're heading down into the comments. Let us know what you think about futures bets for Indian Wells. Maybe if you're looking forward to anything else before we get to the next slam this year, hit the like and subscribe buttons while you're down there and ding that
Make sure
bell.
to check out the Daily Racket Recap, our YouTube short series, which we will resume tomorrow.
If you hit the
I'm thinking
bell,
about,
that'll let you know when those get posted as well.
yeah,
Um,
I'm thinking about leaning to a much more controversial character. So, tune
oh
in, tune
boy,
in.
oh boy. Okay. Well, as long as we don't get shut down by YouTube, you can find us here for weekly episodes at the Gambling Racket. My name has been Ben, joined by Vic and Chris, and this has been the Indian Wells 2025 episode. All right. Thanks for joining us.